Before this video starts, I have to give a statement. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. This channel is a news channel and criticism channel, and this video is a news and criticism video, including comment, which is all protected under this act. If I don't say this, the video could be wrongfully claimed or took down, as Minx has already got one of the clips I used in this video took off someone's account on Twitter. But with all that said, enjoy. Today I'm going to be talking about JustaMinx. JustaMinx is a popular streamer who is in drama pretty often. It seems like at least once a month she's getting into something. You might have heard of her name before, as she has done a YouTube or content creator boxing event with other creators, and she ended up winning her fight. As well as she supposedly got too drunk at a party, which ended up with her passing out, and the party she was at had to get shut down because of that. There's a few people that said she got too drunk and was being rowdy. A streamer by the name of QT Cinderella, who was the host of the party, talks about the situation on a podcast she was on. Here's the clip of that.
I'm not trying to create any unnecessary drama here, but Minx attended the after party and got kicked out and inevitably got the party shut down because it was in a residential neighborhood. And I want to unpack some things here. I personally, and I don't want this to become a rag on Minx segment, it's not going to be that. I have personally done everything in my ability to help this woman. I have tried everything. She has been my friend for years up until a point last year when she had pushed me past my boundaries, where I had to say, hey, like, this is too much for me. This is unhealthy for me. You are destructive to me. And so I had to walk away, but I have tried everything. I've spent time, money. I've tried everything.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What?
Barat wanted to say hi.
Okay,
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna put a
You're good.
Oh my gosh. Poor Marat.
Poor Marat
He
gets
just
bullied.
wanted to say hi.
So I've tried everything. So I don't want people to think this is lack of trying. I think if you've watched my content, you've seen Minx and I used to be very close, and now I've separated myself from her completely. However, this is a person that I did used to care about, even though I do feel as though I've lost her. I don't recognize her anymore as a human. Not like as a human, but I'm saying, like, she's not the same person when I talk to her. I do not know what happened, and I am someone that suffers from mental health issues. I am not kidding you when I say I've tried to do everything. And anyway, she reaches out to me out of the blue a few weeks ago and brings up Streamer Awards. And I have a moment where I think, you know what? This is, again, a person I really have cared about for so many years. I'm going to give her another chance. And I said, Minx, because she told me she bought tickets for the balcony. I said, Minx, you can come sit on the floor with all the other streamers. You have to promise me one thing. And she was like, what? Anything. And I said, do not drink. Be completely sober. You need to promise me this. Like, promise me. And she was like, I promise I'll do anything. I was like, great. And like, I was like, genuinely, like, I will show you the messages multiple times, me just saying, I'm not kidding. Promise me. And I promise. I said, completely sober. I promise. Like, she promised me over and over again. Anyway, I get to the party. She's wasted. She is getting escorted out by security because she's trying to throw heaters into the pool. And then...
Which is bad.
Is a bad thing. Yeah.
Heaters?
The big
So
propane.
the big gas heaters, like the ones that are like 7 feet, 8 feet
She was
tall.
trying to put those in the pool. I heard she was trying to throw Sykkuno in the pool.
Yeah, and people she was trying to run in the pool.
Is a bad thing.
Also
It's
bad.
also a bad thing.
Also bad.
And so I'm being told that, like, security's handling it, and I'm like, you know what? I have to deal with this other problem, so hopefully security handles it. Apparently, upon walking her out, she went limp with the intention of making it harder to kick her out. You know, dead body weight is much harder to that. And in doing so, then
Tactical.
tactical. Some other stuff happens. All of a sudden, she's just laying on the ground, limp, and no longer cooperating and getting removed from the party. Now, her friend that is with her is very concerned. Obviously, now I'm getting concerned because this is someone's safety. And, you know, we're trying to figure out, does she need an Uber home? Does she need an Uber to an emergency room? What should we do? By the time I get called out there, they're telling me the party needs to be shut down because since she's in the front yard, neighbors are starting to come out because it's causing a scene. And I'm saying, I make sure she's okay, but also like, I don't know what's going on. Her friend, unbeknownst to me, called 911. So then in this residential neighborhood, a fire truck comes pulling out, an ambulance, police cars, and they have to close the party. So by 11 o'clock, my after party that I spent thousands of dollars on to celebrate my friends is closed down. The thing that I wanted to do to finally relax and thank these people for coming and just like kind of celebrate this thing that we all just did together is closed down. And I genuinely don't want people to think that like I'm complaining about money over someone's health. It's just the sad, like the disappointment I have in somebody who promised me better and then ruined my night after everything that I have done for everybody and what I've done for them specifically was very sad. This is the behind the scenes on why a bunch of people today are like quote retweeting that I've unfollowed her on Twitter. This sounds dramatic, but I can't have someone like that in my life. I've tried everything. She is blocked on every platform I have. I am no longer interested in having contact with this person or taking chances with this person because I've done everything. I can't do it anymore. So,
she did respond to Minx's tweets. Minx's tweets were on an alt account on Twitter, and QT Cinderella responded using her main account, but those tweets have been deleted since. XQC was also at the party and talks about the situation here.
This one, I don't remember what it is. So we go to the party, I'm ordering drinks, and then I see Minx over there, right? And I see, she's already kind of drunk, you know? Like, her, like, mascara or, like, eyeliner is already kind of smudged. And I'm like, well, we just got here, and she's already drunk, right? And then, I feel like a lot of times people, how do I say this? People will like tell her to stop drinking and people will like try to help, but they don't actually help. I'm not throwing people under the bus, okay? I don't know what really happened. This is my perspective about the people that are around Minx over the years, over the months, I guess, that I've known. People will like, be like, oh, like, stop drinking, but they're not like actually helping at all. Well, let me, bro, stop. It's just how it is. Okay, it's just my view on it. Okay, and then I was across, and then she kept drinking, and then after that, what happened is that she just drank too much. She just drank too much. That's it. And then some stuff was getting broken or something like that, and the party was kind of like getting crazy, I guess. So they had to like put it out front, and then they got people to help, and then the house people were like, yo, bro, nah, we're done with this shit, and they just closed the party down. So then everybody started getting out, and like shit just got crazy. Shit just got crazy. Guys, people already talked about this. Guys, I talked to some guy in chat. I just don't want things to be taken like wrongly and give my perspective. So people don't think like some other shit. Okay, it's just how it is. It was important to me to just say it. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Now, I'm sorry if it's going to be a little hard to understand. XQC is kind of difficult to like kind of understand, so I'm just going to leave the whole clip there. I do read about the tweets in a little bit, but I don't bring up her response. I don't bring up QT Cinderella's response, mainly because I didn't have the tweets at the time, but now that I have them, thanks to XQC here, he's going to be a little bit in the frame, but here's what is said. Minx tweets on her alt account saying, that was 100% the worst seizure I've had since I was 15. I still am struggle regaining memory from yesterday. Someone says, I hope you're okay, but you still did get drunk after you promised people you wouldn't, and that couldn't have helped. And then Minx says, I assumed getting drunk at the after party would be fine. Clearly it was not. And then QT Cinderella says, oh, go F yourself. And then she pulls up a screenshot of Discord DMs, which I think she talked about before, where she bought the tickets. She talked about in the clip, and QT Cinderella says in this tweet, you were drunk before the after party. Almost had you thrown out of the show because you were yelling and making everyone uncomfortable. Completely. I've tried everything with you, rehab, everything. I hope this is your rock bottom. Get help. And then so he doesn't open up the DMs, but it says, I will sit here and applaud your streamer awards 2 years running. My girl in a man's world. That's what Minx said. QT Cinderella responds with, you can come sit on the floor if you promise me you won't drink. Minx says you are non-stop at the top. QT Cinderella says, and I mean promise. And Minx says, pinky swear. QT Cinderella says, nothing, completely sober. And then Minx says, but I bought my tickets. I really don't like Minx's response to the, I assumed getting drunk at the after party would be fine. Clearly it was not. That seemed a lot like attitude and seemed like, you know. And to be honest, from what it sounds like, her whole situation here is a lie. After seeing the whole thing, it sounds like she just tried to use the seizure as an excuse. I talk about this in the video a little bit. Another thing is that Minx doesn't even say anything, like, really. She doesn't defend herself at all. She just says, send me an invoice for the after party, I'm sorry. So basically, she doesn't try to defend herself. She doesn't say, she doesn't fight back at all. She basically just gets on her hands and knees and just kind of admits that she was in the wrong no matter what. Like, you know what I mean? She got exposed and she couldn't, like, say anything about it. It just proves even more that Minx was at fault throughout the whole thing here. And the whole seizure is basically kind of an excuse. The thing is, Minx tries to say that she had a seizure and was pushed, causing the seizure. Minx tweets out saying, that was 100% the worst seizure I've had since I was 15. I still am struggle regaining memory from even yesterday. Maybe you don't remember anything because you were wasted before the event, which QT Cinderella talks about. The thing is, Minx doesn't deny this at all. She just says sorry and that she'll pay them back. Minx also tweets, for the people commenting that I've been making up my epilepsy for an excuse, I can guarantee that I had a seizure when I was pushed over. I slept all day yesterday when I got home from the hospital. It's obviously not an excuse for ruining the party, but I'm not lying about my epilepsy. I don't really know where people are commenting about the epilepsy stuff. She's had seizures in the past and stuff, but we're not really talking about the epilepsy thing. We're talking more about your drinking problem that you have, which I'll be talking about a lot more in this video. To go back to the tweet, 1, who pushed you? Because no one has said anything about you being pushed. And 2, if you're regaining your memory, how do you know that detail and who pushed you? What happened there? I personally think that her having a seizure is a lie. She does have epilepsy and such, but she apparently, from everyone else's story, just passed out from being wasted. I'm not sure if the wrap around her arm in this picture I'm about to show you is a restraint or not. As someone who works in a hospital, we would never restrain someone having seizures. It would cause more harm. Maybe she is lying and maybe there's more behind the scenes. I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like all of this is a lie. Let me know what you all think about it in the comments down below. Also, if it was a supposed seizure, then why are you fighting? You can't even drive for a year after your last seizure unless the pattern has been figured out, and apparently you don't know the pattern of your seizures. Also, a month ago, she supposedly had another seizure, but this one was actually caught on camera where she just falls over. So, if you're having these seizures this repeatedly, why are you even fighting? She explains on a live stream the way she drinks is like a borderline alcoholic. This live stream was basically after the event where she passed out at QT Cinderella's party.
What I need to stop is when I go to a party, I need to know when to stop drinking. When I start drinking, I know that's borderline alcoholic. But
from what it sounds like, she definitely does have a problem, but not enough to one where she is constantly drinking, where she would be an actual alcoholic. Borderline does sound kinda right, but I don't know a better term really to explain it. But one of the reasons we are here today is because something that happened on her stream really recently. While she was drunk on stream, she ends up getting into a fight with a few family members, and it sounds like it might have gotten physical, I don't know, but they do comment on her drinking.
You are saying that you and Mom are enabling her in the chat.
Enabling her? You are fucking coming into my room after lying to her, becoming pure. Did you? Because you have a problem. You have a problem. You have a problem.
I want to get cancelled. Will you stop being a fool? Don't be a fool, an aggressive fool.
We were having a great one night.
No.
Why are you lying?
This all happened.
Why is it yours? Because your boyfriend is underage.
What?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's not
You like fucking little man.
You
You don't like that? You don't like when I tell the truth?
That's not.
You like fucking little men.
That's not
But
true.
my husband, she fucks little men.
You insane.
You had to get.
Our cousin
You insane.
is. You live the same
You
age.
insane.
You had to drink.
You insane.
Oh pedophile.
Right,
What?
shut up, you champ. Get out.
Oh, Luigi,
Get
you
out.
want to talk to your mom?
Get out.
Talk to your phone. You come at me. You come at fucking me.
Get out.
No.
Stop.
Get fucking in there.
Oh my god. I need to stop the stream. I don't know how. And it says end. Sorry about this, guys.
Her response to Drama Alert tweeting about this and the clip was to say Americans are soft, but then later the video got took down due to copyright owner. So who's really soft here? Also, someone said that there was racist comments towards Irish people in the comment section of that tweet, and she replies to that comment saying it's whack. She basically was just scrolling through all of the comments and replies about this situation and replying to a few people. She wants to say, oh, it's so whack that people are doing this, despite her saying stuff about Americans multiple times. Saying stuff like Americans are soft though, in response to a few comments, and she replies to other comments saying stuff around that towards Americans. This has to be one of the worst responses I have ever seen from being called out about being a drunk, again with video proof of you looking like an idiot, and for calling out your sister for being a supposed pedo. I feel bad for your family. Why are you acting like the victim in this situation? If anything, your family and the whole party are victims of your addiction. It's obvious, and she admitted herself that she has a problem, and she also explained that she has some mental disorders like bipolar and borderline personality disorder. Tries to say that there's no way to really help her, but there's medicines for people that are bipolar, so I don't really know why she's talking. And there's also medicines that can help with your borderline personality disorder, but mainly just for the symptoms, and not specifically borderline personality disorder. If you're willing to drink, be willing to at least take some medicines and go to therapy, and especially rehab. One thing I find odd is that she retweeted a tweet saying, "Standing Minx is so fun, like you never know if you're going to get drama, a manic episode, bungo content," which is her dog, or strip clip content. She's like a walking Kinder Surprise egg. At least she's self-aware, that's a step in the right direction, but to me it doesn't feel right that she retweeted this, as it's a serious and bad problem that she has. It's kind of, to me it just sounds like, yeah, I have this problem, I'm not going to try to fix it, I'm self-aware of it. It sounds like she's not taking this serious. She's been in so many dramas that she should not really even be relevant anymore, and it's surprising that she still comes up. But mainly the only time I ever really hear about her is during drama, stuff like this. It's like she has never learnt her lesson ever. And the thing is, she just needs true help. I think she has super good potential to be an amazing content creator if she would just fix herself. I know I went hard on her in this video and it could sound like I hate her, but truly I do like her. I think she has a good personality, and I think that she is perfect for live streaming and being entertaining, but she just has to fix herself. But from what it sounds like, she isn't trying to get help at all. Also, like I said before, she's getting ready for a fight, but the thing is, she's still drinking. And this fight is a month away. Most fighters, if not all, stop drinking and other things to get ready for their fight. She made a tweet talking about how one of her coaches were going so hard on her, and one of the things she talked about was her coach saying that she couldn't have alcohol. I don't know how you're surprised about this at all, as you fought before and every fighter, if not all, does this, but whatever. It sounds like she doesn't really care about the fight and probably just going in for a bag. Also, you're only getting ready a month ahead now. Like, she is just now getting ready for this fight from what it sounds like. And to me, that just sounds like you're not really caring about it and you're not going to be ready for it. The thing is that KSI is too busy being mad at Wade to care about the safety of Minx. I really do worry about her having another seizure if she fights. If being pushed was the reason that you had a seizure, then what do you think being punched in the face is going to do? If you get punched hard enough and you fall over, are you just going to seize out? Most people, including me, don't want to see Minx die because people didn't want to stop her from fighting. As I said before, I think she has so much potential as she fixes herself, but let me know what you all thought about this in the comments down below. Is Minx lying about that one seizure at the party? Was she just drunk? Should she be allowed to fight? Will she get help? Let me know in the comments down below. Personally, I think that she was lying about the seizure part. I don't think that she should be allowed to fight. There's just too many risks to it. As I said before, you got pushed and you had a seizure. What about getting punched in the face? That's a lot worse. And I feel like she needs to get help, but I feel like she just never will. It's like she just doesn't take it seriously at all, and somehow she's just still around. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for the support. Another video should be up in about a day or so. And then another episode of the series should be out early or middle of the upcoming week, maybe late. I'm not sure. I'm never good at actually guessing whenever these videos are going to be ready. But in the end, I'm PERK30, and
In conclusion, is the perfect example of what zero pussy does to a motherfucker.